People often ask me, Steve, if you could recommend one thing people need to do to market themselves better, what would it be? So today I'm going to talk about how to market ourselves better. In case you don't know, I'm Steve the Marketer, and I run multiple field service marketing and training agencies with my wife Nicole and a few trusted colleagues. Now, as you may or may not know, marketing is a somewhat complex subject when you start to think about ads and pay-per-click and CPM, CPC. You can get taken into a rabbit hole which may leave you feeling a little bit crazy. But as my marketing MBA teacher told us that first day of class, marketing is finding out what the customer wants and delivering it to them better than anyone else. I went a little bit Bernie Sanders then. When you think about it like that, it's simply a matter of putting pieces in place to help set yourself up to do just that. So what's my recommendation? Read Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. I'll link it in the description below. So why do I recommend building a story brand? Building a story brand interprets how people should build their business based around the concept of story. Why story? Well, for years, story has been used, sometimes in bad ways, to influence the way that people act. When we seek to explain how somebody should act in line with the beliefs of religion, there's always a story to illustrate that point. Most of us know the story of the hare and the tortoise, or the Good Samaritan, and the analogies they deliver. So how does that apply to us as human beings, as consumers? Well, we love to be the hero in a story. I know I'm not the only 80s kid that practiced Crane Kids after watching The Karate Kid. Ask my parents and my sister, but that's another story. So how can using story help us market ourselves better? Well, when it comes to humans, we often fall back onto our reptilian brain. This is the part of our brain which helps us look at things and decide if things are going to help us survive or thrive. And when we think of things in that way, we have to realize that the products we are marketing have to do the same. And when we appeal to that reptilian brain that asks our customers, will this help me thrive? Will this help me survive? We need to make sure that our marketing makes it apparent that we will help them survive or thrive. So when the roofing company talks about having been in business for 94 years, does that appeal to you? Does it make you thrive or survive? Probably not. How about a roofing company who promises to stop you having to make annual roof repairs? To stop having that leak in your roof? Or a handyman that will happily get you through your honey-do list? In both these cases, I think I would consider the product or service capable of helping me thrive and stay in good books. To go further, building a story brand talks about making the customer the hero of the marketing campaign and positioning your business as the mentor or the guide. So we're Yoda, our customer is Luke Skywalker. We tell Luke to use the Force. They're Daniel's son, we're Mr. Miyagi. We tell them to wax on, wax off, and look at I. They're Marlin, and we're Dory. We tell them just to keep swimming. And when we place them as the hero, we set them up to win the battle, to blow up the Death Star, to defeat the Cobra Kai, or to find Nemo. So when it comes to business, when we think about our marketing, building a story brand speaks just to that. It speaks to making your customer the hero. We see people being made the hero in marketing campaigns everywhere. And Taco Bell, funnily enough, does an exceptionally good job of this. Watch most Taco Bell TV ad campaigns, and the product is not the main focus of the ads. Check out this nacho fries commercial. What do we see? We see a scene that it looks like it comes from Bad Boys. We see scarcity created where there's limited access to the nacho fries. But we see this aura created where it's apparent that you either have the nacho fries or you don't, and if you don't, you're just not as cool. Taco Bell makes you feel cool, makes you feel privileged to have access to those nacho fries. If we buy nacho fries, we are the hero. Now that's effective marketing. Makes me want some nacho fries. So when Donald Miller wrote Building a Story Brand, not only did he focus on making the customer the hero, he brought the whole of the hero's journey into marketing. If you're a movie fan, you'll recognize how, well, most movies are based on the same arc for a story. So it looks a little like this. A hero meets a guide who presents them with a plan and then calls them to action or adventure and there's either a positive or a negative at the end of the story. Often the hero has external problems, but also ones related to their emotions or thoughts too. And most of the time there's an overarching philosophical good versus evil theme that runs through things. And a good story, and ipso facto a good marketing campaign, will resolve all of the problems for the hero at the same time at a critical point. As an example, I'm going to refer to The Karate Kid because, well, I love that movie. So Daniel's son, who is our hero, not only is he getting his butt kicked, his external problem, he doesn't feel like he fits in. He moved from the East Coast to the West Coast, and the girl he likes is rich, and her ex-boyfriend is rich, and he doesn't feel deserving of her. That's his internal problem. Add on top of that the good versus evil. It's morally wrong that he's getting bullied, and we have this story. So for Daniel's son, the second he wins the tournament, we resolve the external problem because he's learned to defend himself, to beat up the Cobra Kai. The internal problem, he fits in, they lift him up, they cheer for him. And the good versus evil problem. The same thing happened when Luke blew up the Death Star, or when Chief Brody blew up Jaws. Think about it. The shark's dead, so the external problem's solved. Amity's safe. Chief Brody isn't afraid of the water anymore, so the internal problem's solved. So how does that apply to your marketing? Well, yes, you solve the external problem. You help them lose weight, look prettier, do their groceries quicker, or however your product or service helps them. But what internal problem does it solve? Instacart is a great service for delivery of products, but the time you save means you can spend it doing other things instead. If I was heading up their marketing, I'd target mums by offering them more time with their kids, or offering busy entrepreneurs more times to work on their business. We tend to buy the emotional reason, the internal reason, rather than the external reason. I don't want to be long-winded in this video, so I'm going to wrap it at this point. But like and subscribe to this channel, and I'll be sure to go more into it and how to use story and psychology to get more customers. Remember, I'm Steve the Marketer. Thanks for checking in with me today.